Chosen one, a supernatural scene unfolds. Get ready. This is not an ordinary message, and this is not an ordinary time. What you are about to experience is something that the human mind cannot fully explain, but the spirit within you has been expecting it. You've been sensing shifts, changes, and signals around you, signs that life is not going to remain the same. The unseen realm is orchestrating something in your favor, and it is so magnificent that even those who doubted you will be left in awe. This is your time to be prepared, because when a supernatural scene unfolds, it doesn't wait for permission. It arrives with divine authority and unstoppable power. Stay with me until the very end of this video. There are things you will hear today that will align with your spirit and confirm what you already felt in your heart. And I want you to participate in this unfolding by adding your own energy into the universe right now in the comments. Write down your warmest wishes and the number 99. This is more than a symbol. It is an activation, a declaration that your wishes are rising into the atmosphere, energizing the universe and drawing divine power to meet them. Together, our collective energy is amplifying what is already written for you. Now, chosen one, like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And let's begin. The unfolding of a supernatural scene is not a slow whisper. It is a sudden, undeniable manifestation. It is as if heaven itself pulls back a curtain and reveals what has been hidden in plain sight. You have been walking, waiting, enduring, and persevering. But what is about to occur will not be something you can explain in natural terms. It will not make sense by logic, and it won't be contained by the rules of this world. This is why I tell you to be ready. Not with anxiety, not with fear, but with expectation. Because when the supernatural breaks into the natural, the atmosphere shifts, doors open without explanation, and blessings arrive that no one can deny. You must understand, chosen one, that what is happening is not random. There has been a divine setup. Every trial, every delay, every season where you felt like nothing was moving, those were rehearsals, alignments, and divine positioning. You are being placed in the exact coordinates of destiny, so that when this supernatural scene unfolds, you are not caught unprepared. Think about it. The greatest shifts in history, the greatest breakthroughs in people's lives, they often appear suddenly. But behind the sudden, there was always preparation. Behind the scene, something was always building. And now it is your moment to see what has been forming in silence revealed in glory. A supernatural scene is not just about miracles. It is about a demonstration. It is the evidence that you were never forgotten, that the delays were not denials, that the silence was not abandonment. It is a demonstration that your life is connected to a greater plan, and now the world will see it. You may have thought you were hidden, unnoticed, or overlooked, but chosen one. This unfolding will reveal you. People will see a light on you that cannot be denied, a shift in your reality that cannot be dismissed, and a blessing on your path that cannot be explained away by coincidence. This is heaven's handwriting upon your life. Get ready, because this is not only about you witnessing something. You are stepping into the center of it. Imagine standing in a theater where the curtains open and the spotlight shines, not on the stage, but directly on you. That is what the supernatural is doing in your life. It is spotlighting you, placing you at the forefront, showing the world what divine favor looks like. This is why the pressure was so intense. This is why you felt battles and resistance like never before. Because whenever a supernatural scene is about to unfold, opposition rises to distract and discourage you. But you didn't break. You didn't quit. And that persistence has now prepared you to walk into the very scene that was written for you long before you even knew it existed. The unfolding of the supernatural carries with it signs and wonders. Do not ignore the small signals. Pay attention to the moments that feel unusual, the alignments that seem too perfect, the coincidences that are too precise to be chance. These are not random. They are markers, confirmations that the bigger scene is already in motion. The supernatural often whispers before it thunders. It sends glimpses, flashes, subtle touches in your daily life to let you know the full scene is about to emerge. And when it does, it will be undeniable. You will look around and realize you're standing in the middle of something that no human could have manufactured for you. Chosen one. Your spirit has already been sensing this. You felt moments of unexplainable peace in the midst of chaos, sudden bursts of clarity when confusion surrounded you, and unexpected favor in places where you thought you would be rejected. All of these were precursors, rehearsals for the greater unveiling. And now the time has come for you to not just sense it, but to see it with your eyes, to walk in it with your steps, and to testify of it with your own voice. You will not be a bystander. You are the center of this scene. You are the one who is chosen to carry this moment. And your readiness is the key that unlocks its fullness. The supernatural does not unfold to impress. It unfolds to transform. What is coming into your life is not just meant to surprise you, but to change everything about how you live, how you think, how you move. The supernatural comes to reorder your life, to lift you from where you were and place you in a new dimension of existence. This is why it is important to let go of old fears, old limitations, old doubts, and old ways of thinking. Because when this scene unfolds, it requires a new you to walk into it. It demands that you step forward with boldness, knowing that what is happening is beyond your power, but fully in your favor. This is why I say again, get ready. Get ready mentally, because what is about to happen will challenge the limits of your understanding. Get ready emotionally, because the joy and relief of seeing what you've prayed for finally manifest will overwhelm you. Get ready spiritually, because the supernatural operates at a frequency that requires alignment, faith, and openness. And get ready physically, because opportunities, blessings, and shifts will require you to move, to act, to step into doors as they open. Nothing about this unfolding will be passive. It will call you to rise and meet it. You have been waiting for this. Every disappointment was secretly pushing you here. Every delay was secretly aligning you here. Every loss was secretly preparing room for this. And now, as the supernatural scene begins to unfold, it is your faith, your resilience, and your perseverance that will allow you to fully embrace it. This is your time. This is your moment. The scene is not just unfolding, it is unfolding for you. You have stepped into a moment where the ordinary fabric of your life is being touched by extraordinary power. This is not something you need to force, and it is not something you need to chase. The supernatural unfolds in its own timing, in its own order, and always at the precise moment it is meant to appear. You are about to witness the merging of two dimensions, the natural and the divine. And when these two collide, everything changes. You may have thought you were just walking through another ordinary day, but suddenly the scene shifts. Suddenly the atmosphere feels different. Suddenly, doors that once stood shut move open with ease. That is the supernatural at work. What you need to know is that this scene has already been written. Long before you could see it, long before you could imagine it, It was already drafted into the blueprint of your destiny. Your life has not been random, and the struggles you endured were not meaningless. Every hardship, every detour, every delay, all of it was part of the script that leads to this very moment. You are living inside a divine narrative, and now you are reaching the chapter where the impossible takes place before your eyes. The story is not ending. It is unfolding into its most powerful act. This is the turning point that will cause everything else to make sense. Think about the times in your past when you were close to giving up. You may have thought the silence was permanent, that the storm was endless, that your prayers were unheard. But now, as this supernatural scene unfolds, you will realize that none of that was wasted. The silence was preparation. The storm was shaping you, and your prayers were always being stored for such a time as this. You are being trained to stand strong, because when the breakthrough comes, it doesn't come in fragments. It comes in fullness, and fullness requires maturity, readiness, and faith. That is why you went through what you went through. And now, your resilience has positioned you perfectly for the supernatural manifestation that is appearing in your life. Chosen one, you are not a spectator. You are a participant. You are not watching this scene unfold from the sidelines. You are in the center of it. The supernatural does not simply happen around you. It happens to you, through you, and for you. This is the divine spotlight that has been waiting to reveal what was hidden inside of you all along. Gifts that were dormant are about to awaken. Talents that were overlooked are about to be recognized. Blessings that seemed delayed are about to arrive in abundance. This is your unveiling, and it is happening not by the hand of men, but by the hand of the divine. No one can block what is being released. No one can undo what is unfolding. This is unstoppable. And when it unfolds, the atmosphere itself shifts. You will notice that the conversations around you begin to change. People who once doubted you will now speak of you with respect. Those who overlooked you will now have no choice but to acknowledge you. And those who dismissed your potential will suddenly see you in a new light. This is not because of anything you forced. It's because the supernatural has marked your life in a way that cannot be denied. When divine favor shows up, even your enemies are forced to take notice. When divine timing aligns, even those who try to block you end up becoming witnesses to your rise. There is something important you must understand about the supernatural. It carries order within its mystery. To human eyes, it may appear sudden, unexpected, or chaotic. But in the divine realm, it is precise, intentional, and perfect in timing. That is why some doors stayed closed when you desperately wanted them open. That is why some people left when you wanted them to stay. That is why some opportunities slipped through your hands when you thought they were yours. It wasn't rejection. It was alignment. It was the divine hand removing what would have interfered with the scene that is unfolding now. Everything that exited your life was making space for what is arriving. And what is arriving is greater, fuller, and more aligned with your destiny than anything you lost. Chosen one, I want you to prepare yourself. Because when the supernatural scene unfolds, it rarely comes quietly. It comes with waves. It comes with shock. It comes with a sense of awe that makes even you stop and say, "This can't be real." And yet, it is real. It is your new reality. The life you are about to step into will not resemble the one you are leaving behind. The atmosphere of lack, struggle, and delay is dissolving. A new atmosphere of abundance, ease, and acceleration is being placed upon your life. And this is not temporary. It is a permanent shift. The The supernatural does not arrive to give you a taste and then take it away. It arrives to establish, to build, and to transform your life permanently. Do you know why it feels so intense right now? Because everything is converging at once. The spiritual, the emotional, the mental, and even the physical are aligning for this moment. You are being elevated not just in one area, but in multiple areas at once. This is why you felt overwhelmed. This is why it feels like too much to process. But understand what feels overwhelming now will soon make sense. It is the weight of glory pressing upon you, preparing you to carry the blessing you asked for. The supernatural is not light, it is powerful. And when it settles on your life, it changes not just your circumstances, but you as a person. You will not only see the blessing, you will become the kind of person who can sustain it. There will be moments in the unfolding where you may want to question it. You might wonder, is this really happening? Is this really for me? And the answer is yes. This is not a dream. This is not a trick. This is not a false hope. This is the reality that has been prepared for you. Accept it fully. Do not doubt it. Do not sabotage it with fear. When the supernatural brings you into a new room, do not shrink back into the corner. Stand boldly in the center. When it places an opportunity in your hands, do not question your worthiness. Embrace it. When it elevates you in front of others, do not apologize for it. Walk in it. This is your moment, and the only requirement is that you be ready to accept it. Chosen one. This unfolding is going to shock many people. Some will not understand it. Some will try to explain it away. Some will even be envious of it. But that is not your concern. You were not chosen to convince others. You were chosen to live it. Let your life itself be the evidence. Let your existence in this new reality be the proof that the supernatural is real. You do not need to argue. You do not need to defend yourself. Simply live in the blessing, and the scene will speak louder than any explanation. People will see the transformation in your life and know without question that something divine has touched you. The deeper you move into this unfolding, the more you will realize that nothing about your journey has been wasted. Every tear, every disappointment, every rejection has been a part of a supernatural preparation. You may not have understood it while you were living through it, but now the picture is becoming clearer. The supernatural doesn't just appear without cause. It reveals itself at the exact moment when your spirit has been trained enough to handle it. You are not the same person you were months ago or even years ago. What you survived has equipped you for this divine unveiling. Without the battles, you would not have the strength to stand in the glow of this moment. When a supernatural scene unfolds, it does not ask for permission from the natural world. It does not check the statistics. It does not measure what is logical, and it does not consult human expectations. It comes as a force disrupting the normal and ushering in the extraordinary. That is why so many people around you may not see it coming. They might still look at you through the lens of your past, remembering the times when you struggled, when you lacked, or when you failed. But when this scene appears, it will silence every doubt. It will stand as proof that the supernatural is greater than human prediction. You will not rise because people finally agreed you were worthy. You will rise because heaven has declared that it is time. Chosen one, understand this. What is unfolding is not just for you. Yes, you will be blessed. Yes, your life will change. But the supernatural does not stop at your doorstep. It overflows. The transformation in your life becomes a testimony that others can see. Those who cross paths with you will sense the shift. Those who hear your story will feel the weight of divine power behind it. The supernatural has a ripple effect, sending waves into the lives of others. This is why your breakthrough matters. It is not only about your elevation, it is about the countless others who will be inspired, strengthened, and awakened by what they see happening in you. The supernatural scene that is unfolding carries evidence that cannot be argued with, evidence that cannot be denied. Imagine standing in front of a wall that everyone said was unbreakable, only to watch it collapse in an instant. That is the kind of evidence that is arriving in your life. You will hold blessings in your hands that others said you would never touch. You will walk through doors that others said were locked forever. You will stand in rooms that people said were too high for you to reach. And when you do, the only explanation will be the hand of the divine. That is the evidence of the supernatural. It shows up in ways that silence every critic and every doubter. Get ready, because this unfolding will not be quiet. It will be noticeable. It will be visible. It will be undeniable. People will look at your life and say something happened here, something shifted here. This cannot be explained by luck, talent, or human effort. And they will be right. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is not mere chance. It is supernatural intervention, a divine rearrangement of reality in your favor. The scene that is playing out in your life right now will not just surprise you. It will also shock those who never believed in you. Some will celebrate, others will wonder, and a few may even envy. But none of that matters. What matters is that this is your scene, your moment, your unfolding. Chosen one, but I need you to understand how rare this is. Many live their entire lives without ever stepping into a supernatural unfolding. They live only by what they see, only by what they can explain, only by what they can calculate. But you are different. You were chosen to be a vessel of the extraordinary. You are set apart to live a life that cannot be explained away by human reasoning. That is why your story is unique. That is why your path was difficult. That is why your battles were intense. Because you are not just living an ordinary script. You are living one that is infused with supernatural power. And now the scene is unfolding that proves it. And here's the truth. This unfolding is not temporary. It is not a flash of light that fades away quickly. It is a permanent shift. The supernatural does not arrive just to tease you with glimpses of what could be. It arrives to anchor you into a new reality. You are not just stepping into a moment, you are stepping into a new chapter, and this chapter will redefine everything you know about yourself, your purpose, and your future. You will not go back to the old ways. You will not return to the old limits. You will not shrink back into the shadows. Once this unfolds, your life will never be the same again. Chosen one, prepare your heart, because when the supernatural unfolds, it magnifies what is within you. If there is gratitude, it will expand into deeper joy. If there is faith, it will expand into unshakable belief. If there is vision, it will expand into limitless clarity. But if there is fear, it will try to rise too. This is why you must stand strong. Do not let doubt creep in. Do not let fear rob you of this moment. The supernatural is greater than fear, but your openness and readiness are essential. Align yourself with expectation, with trust, with belief. Know that this is your time, and nothing can stop it except your own refusal to embrace it. But you will not refuse. You will accept, and you will rise. Get ready, because you are about to live in the very evidence of divine favor. This unfolding is your testimony. This unfolding is your breakthrough. This unfolding is your elevation. You were chosen for this scene, and now the world will witness it with their own eyes. By now, you may already be sensing the atmosphere shifting around you. It feels as if something unseen is stirring, as if invisible forces are moving pieces on the board of your life. That is because the unseen is indeed aligning with the seen. What was hidden is being revealed. What was delayed is being accelerated. And what once felt impossible is being rearranged before your very eyes. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is the supernatural preparing to break into your reality in a way that will leave no room for doubt. The key to walking through this unfolding is awareness. Too often people miss divine moments because they expect them to arrive in a specific package. But the supernatural does not follow human design. It comes through unexpected doors in unusual ways, and often when you least anticipate it. That is why awareness matters. Look closely at what is happening around you. Listen to the subtle nudges within. Pay attention to the synchronicities that seem to line up perfectly. These are not coincidences. They are signals, confirmations, markers guiding you toward the unfolding of this greater scene. Chosen one, what you're about to experience will feel like stepping into another dimension of life. Suddenly, things that once seemed far from your reach will be within your grasp. Suddenly, people who once ignored your voice will seek you out. Suddenly, opportunities that once slipped away will reappear, this time with divine backing. This is the essence of the supernatural. It creates acceleration. It redeems lost time. It lifts you into places that no amount of human striving could have carried you. It does in a moment what effort alone could not do in years, and that is why you are being called to readiness. Because acceleration requires quick action, and blessings require bold acceptance. You might ask yourself, why now? Why, after all this waiting, all this enduring, all this testing, is the supernatural suddenly revealing itself? The answer is simple. Because you are ready. You may not have felt ready, but heaven knows you are. You may not have seen yourself as strong enough, wise enough, or capable enough. But the truth is that your journey has refined you. The very things that once felt like setbacks were secretly preparing you. Every delay was building resilience. Every disappointment was stretching faith. Every rejection was refining character. Now, when the supernatural scene unfolds, you will not crumble under the weight of it. You will stand tall, anchored by all that you have endured. When this unfolding takes place, it will challenge your perspective. For so long, you have been accustomed to struggle, accustomed to waiting, accustomed to hoping without seeing. But now, you are about to see. And when you see, it will take some time to adjust. Do not resist this new reality. Do not try to shrink back into the familiar. The supernatural does not come to fit into your old life. It comes to lift you into a new one. It comes to create a reality you have never lived in before. It comes to show you that what you once thought impossible is now normal, and what you once thought distant is now within reach. This is the power of transformation that the supernatural brings. Chosen one, you must also understand that with visibility comes responsibility. When the supernatural scene unfolds, it will not only bless you, it will place you in a position where others look to you. They will look to you for inspiration, for guidance, for proof that what they see is possible for them too. Do not be afraid of this. You were chosen not just to receive, but to represent. You were chosen to carry the light of divine favor so that others can believe. Your testimony will be more powerful than any explanation. Your life itself will speak. And the way you handle this blessing will open the door for many more to step into their own supernatural scenes. The unfolding will also expose. It will show you who was truly with you and who was only around you for convenience. Some relationships will not survive this shift because the light of the supernatural reveals everything. Do not be discouraged by this. Those who cannot celebrate you in this moment were never meant to walk into the fullness of it with you. And that is okay. The divine does not remove people to harm you. It removes them to protect the scene from contamination. Not everyone can handle the weight of what is being given to you. Not everyone can handle the glow that will surround you. Some will rejoice, others will withdraw. But all of it is part of the divine order. Get ready for the atmosphere to respond to you differently. You will notice that favor meets you in unexpected places. People will say yes when they once said no. Situations will bend in your favor without explanation. Resources will appear right when you need them. This is not coincidence. It is supernatural alignment. You are not forcing doors anymore. You are being carried into them. You are not begging for opportunities. They are finding you. You are not chasing blessings. Blessings are overtaking you. This is the shift that happens when the supernatural breaks into the natural. It reverses the chase. It crowns you with favor and commands the universe to meet you where you stand. Chosen one. This unfolding is not fragile. It is not something that can be undone by human interference. It has already been sealed. And what has been sealed in the supernatural cannot be unsealed in the natural. That means no person, no system, no resistance can cancel it. It is beyond their reach. This is why you must stand confidently in it. Do not waste energy fearing sabotage. Do not drain yourself worrying about opposition. Simply walk boldly, knowing that what has been given to you is untouchable. What has been prepared for you cannot be stolen. What is unfolding for you cannot be stopped. The supernatural is final. It establishes what it brings. This is your scene, and it is beautiful. It is filled with light, with clarity, with favor, and with divine presence. You are walking into something that your mind cannot fully explain, but your spirit knows is right. You are not dreaming. You are awakening. You are not guessing. You are living the very reality that was destined for you. What is happening in your life right now is bigger than you imagine. It is not simply an event. It is an unveiling, a transition, a divine crossing point where your old story collides with your new destiny. The supernatural does not arrive as a single moment. It creates a chain reaction. One door opens, which leads to another, which opens another, until suddenly you realize your entire life has shifted direction. This is what you are stepping into. It begins with one moment, one sign, one opportunity, but it will multiply into something greater than you ever expected. You have been conditioned to wait, to endure, to survive storms. But now you are about to be conditioned to receive. Receiving requires a different posture than waiting. Waiting trains your patience. But receiving demands readiness. It requires that you open your hands, open your heart, and open your mind to believe that what is coming is truly for you. Many times people miss their blessing because they cannot accept it when it arrives. They are so used to struggle that ease feels unnatural. But, chosen one, you are being prepared to not only see the supernatural, but to fully embrace it. You are worthy of it. You are chosen for it. And you must remind yourself daily, this is not too good to be true. This is exactly what was promised for you. The supernatural unfolding will not just rearrange your external world, it will also reshape your internal world. you will notice your thoughts shifting. Where once you doubted, now you will find yourself believing with ease. Where once you feared lack, now you will feel a deep security and abundance. Where once you struggled to trust, now you will carry unshakable confidence. The shift inside of you is just as important as the shift outside of you. Because the truth is, the supernatural cannot place you in new territory if your mind is still trapped in the old one. This is why you had to go through seasons of mental and emotional training. The old you could not have sustained this, but the new you is ready to thrive in it. Chosen one. Understand that what is unfolding will make people notice you in ways they never have before. For so long, you may have felt invisible. You may have spoken words that seemed unheard, carried gifts that went unrecognized, or offered love that went unreciprocated. But the supernatural is about to shine a spotlight on you that no one can ignore. Suddenly, your name will be mentioned in rooms you have never entered. Suddenly, your presence will be requested in places that once closed their doors to you. Suddenly, people will see the value that was always in you, but that they were blind to before. This is the supernatural lifting you up where no human hand could. And when this happens, you must walk in it unapologetically. Do not shrink. Do not downplay it. Do not pretend it is smaller than it is. The supernatural unfolding of your life is meant to be big. It is meant to be noticeable. It is meant to be undeniable. To downplay it is to dishonor the very gift you have been entrusted with. You are not being elevated to make others comfortable. You are being elevated to fulfill a purpose. Walk boldly in the fullness of what is being given to you. Celebrate it. Live it out.